Welcome to the fabulous Las Vegas Rotary Club. Our club continues to make a difference by teaching youth to succeed through literacy, education, and life skills development. My name is Michael Gordon, and I'm proud to serve as the 95th president of the greatest Rotary Club in the world. To open our meeting today, I'd like to call to the front Glenn Meyer.
Thank you, President Michael. You don't have to look too hard in the world today to find evidence that we're being pulled apart, really celebrating or focusing on what our differences are. And one of the things I have always appreciated about my affiliation with Rotary is that I sort of look at us as the antidote to that problem. And when I was looking for an invocation today, I went through a set of Rotary invocations that somebody had sent me a long time ago and found something that I think really exemplifies that antidote spirit. It is good to recognize how different we are. Our talents, our dreams, our backgrounds, our occupations. And it is good to know that when each of us was created, the mold was broken. No one is exactly like anyone else. Even our thumbprint and our voice track tell us how unique we are. Yet we are grateful that we can take these differences and mobilize them for the good of Rotary and for the good of our community and for the good of the world. In our differences, we can think the same thoughts and move together toward a common goal. We're grateful for the opportunity to meet together and deepen the bonds between us. We are grateful for our individuality, and we are also grateful for our common bond through Rotary. Amen.
Thank you, Glenn. And then our song leader today is Arlene Serrois.
Ready, Mr. DeMille? My country, 'tis of thee. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride, from every mountainside, let freedom ring. Let's do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. Our Sergeant at Arms today is past President Marianne Avnet. Marianne, are you ready to jump into service?
I'm ready.
Thank you. If you could take the microphone over to Mr. Bob Warner to see if we have any international visiting.
Mary from Calgary didn't show up, so I'm without any internationals today.
Okay.
That was easy.
Let's move on to visiting Rotarians. Are there any visiting Rotarians? Going once? Bueller? Okay, seeing none, let's move on to guests of Rotarians.
Thank you, President Michael. Would you please stand up, Tom? This is Tom Wolfinger. He has moved from the East Coast to the West Coast. He runs a staffing agency here in Las Vegas. I met him through the internet, and he is interested in becoming a Rotary member of this, perhaps of this club, so he's shopping around right now. He's a past Rotarian, a small club, and actually was nominated to be the president of that club, but left and came west for business opportunities. This is Tom Wolfinger.
Hi, Tom.
Thanks, Tom. I think your search is over for your next club to join.
Hi, fellow Rotarians. I am going to introduce Francesca Gilbert's guests. Oh, hello, or you can.
Hi, I'm very late Francesca Gilbert. This is my guest, Jackie Wayne. He is with HMS Home Warranty. So it is a new home warranty company to our city, And really, more importantly, Jackie heard me talking about Rotary and said, "Can I come?" And I said, "Yes." So here he is. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you. Any other guests over here?
I just want to introduce Sally Dobler.
Thank you. I'm actually a guest of your esteemed president. So I'm Sally Dobler. I'm the vice president of corporate partnerships for the Las Vegas Metro Chamber. So I am privileged to work with Mary Beth Seawold, your speaker today, and thank you for having me here. I'm delighted to be here.
Thank you. Any more guests? Okay, then I would like to introduce my guest at the head table today, Howie Hopkinson, who's a native Las Vegan and owner of Secure Family Financial, a multi-line insurance company for the past 15 years. He's the proud father of 3 teenagers and coaches their volleyball and football teams. He attended both CSN and UNLV, and in his limited spare time, he enjoys bow fishing, snowboarding, and riding dirt bikes. Please join me in welcoming all our visiting Rotarians and guests. I'd like to thank the following Rotarians who helped today: Teresa Petronovich for setup, and I think Bob Warner too. Greeters, Jamel and Sidra. Tickets, of course, Marie and John. Glenn for the invocation, Arlene for our song leader. Past President Jim, as always, the photographer, and then Michael Williams needs some help tearing down today. Past President Marianne, if you could take the microphone to Past President Jim to tell us about our wonderful evening we had last Friday night.
Thank you, President Michael. We did have a great night, and the winds died down. It was beautiful at Tom Krob's house on the 15th hole of TPC. Not only did we have fun, we had Irish stew, and we had lots of drinks. We raised $1,150 net for the foundation, so that's pretty nice. I have 20 cigars that are for the troops that President Michael usually makes a way to get those to someone that can send those off to us. Do you not, Mr. President?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so they're up there on the table. So thank you, everyone. We'll do another one in a couple months. I want to thank everybody who donated prizes. Bob Barnard donated a bunch, and I know everybody in here. I can't remember everybody off the top of my head. The Wisenhunts gave us a bunch of nice things. All of you that donated. Jim Tucker gave us some great cigars. I'm trying to remember everybody off the top of my head. If you did, thank you very much. It makes it all that much more of a success. Appreciate it.
Can you just say again how much did we raise by having fun?
$1,150 net. So that's after we bought some other prizes and everything. And so just amazing. We're now just under $15,000 that we've raised, having a good time smoking a cigar in the backyards.
Great job. Thanks, Jim. Great job. And then Jackie Thornhill, are you here? Then perhaps Karen Wisenant can talk to us about our Open World Russian delegation that we hosted on Friday.
Sure. I have a couple other announcements. May as well do them all at the same time. Open World, as you know, we kind of got thrown into that last minute, 2 weeks prior to a delegation coming. We were thrown into it. They were hosted by Lake Havasu, so we had them on the day they arrived and the day they returned home, and they were from Russia. Lovely, lovely group of young entrepreneurs. And so last Friday, there was a bunch of ladies, and Kirk and his lovely bride-to-be Becca did presentations at Michael's office and pulled together in a really quick, short order a vocational day, and then afterwards they did a lot of your typical sightseeing, shopping, went to the roller coaster, went to the cigar fellowship, so it was a wonderful activity for us. Very full day last Friday, and thank you for the club for jumping in and helping out with that. And while I have the mic, I'll just get my other 2 announcements over. April 13th, we have a delegation from India that's coming here on a cultural exchange. The dinner will be at Tom Krob's place. There's no charge for the members to attend. We welcome you all to attend the dinner. No charge to attend, but please bring a side dish. It's a potluck. And come and join our India delegation and welcome them Las Vegas style. And the last but not least is save the date for May 6th. It's a Sunday, and we have our first to birdie putting tournament. family friendly, and it'll be at Angel Park, and we are encouraging everybody and their families to come out and golf, and we'll have a small little barbecue afterwards. So save the date.
Thank you. Thanks for
She really allowed 3 announcements at the same time?
Well, she jumped ahead. I mean, that was just one. Larry Rouse, are you here? Then maybe Paul Kruger. Do you want to make an announcement about the Tiberti Fellowship?
Yes, I need a microphone. Thank you, Marianne. Just that everything is coming along, and on the end of this month, on the 29th, Paul and I will also, 2 Pauls, will be talking about the Tiberti Scholarship and also how it was developed and how it came about. And I guess that's it.
So to become a Tiberti Fellow, people will contribute to our $2 million goal?
Correct. And in order to become a fellow, it costs $1,000. But if you've been giving all along, as most of us do, then you can call up our treasurer, and he can inform you of that, who is Jerry Engel.
So you can see me, you can see Sean, you can see Paul, or other Paul, if you want to know where you are and your Tiberti Fellow status. So thank you, Paul.
You're welcome.
And then I'd like to call to the front President-elect Jim Cole for a special presentation.
President Michael and fellow Rotarians, please come on forward. It's my pleasure to have with me Alvita Lane and Stephanie Button. Stephanie is one of my partners. She's also a fabulous intellectual property attorney, and she's on the board of Opera Las Vegas together with Ms. Lane. And today it is my pleasure to award from the Las Vegas Rotary Foundation and from Howard & Howard a check to Opera Las Vegas in the amount of $5,000.
Thank you so very much. As secretary on the board, I'm here on behalf of Opera Las Vegas to gratefully accept this check and to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for your generous donation. This check is going to go far because it's going to help us to do our program for school, opera in the schools, to present opera to the students so that they'll become familiar with it. It will also go to help our local singers to further their education, and it's going to go to help us in our program to present fully staged professional opera here in the Las Vegas Valley. So it's a threefold wonderful gift for us, and we greatly thank you so very, very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we actually have time for a 5-minute lunch and fellowship. Please enjoy. Hello and welcome back. I am going to call to the front past President Jim Tucker to tell us about past President Jim Jones's service that we attended this weekend.
Hi guys, the service was well done for past President Jim Jones, and it was a wonderful service. He had a lot of friends and family there and a number of Rotarians, and they asked that we donate to the LDS Church, but I'd prefer to give my check to the Las Vegas Rotary Foundation. So thank you. In his memory.
Thank you. Thank you, past President Jim. And that will go to our $2 million total that we're striving towards. Past President Marianne, if you could take the microphone to Colonel Ted McAdam here. Tell us about an exciting opportunity.
If all of you remember Veterans Day last November, we had the Vice Commander from Creech Air Force Base, which is in Indian Springs, come talk to us about the drone operation. If you don't know what is going on, we actually have training and actual combat control of drones that fly over Syria and Afghanistan conducted at Creech Air Force Base. It's an incredible operation. His presentation was really interesting for me, and afterwards several people came up and said, can we go touch and feel? We have coordinated a May 29th visit to Creech Air Force Base where we will get a briefing from the ops team, be able to see the actual modules, which are the simulated cockpits where the controller and the weapons employment person sit and coordinate and actually expend ordnance. We won't see the operation live, but we will see where they actually do the training. We'll have lunch out there, and we'll actually get up close and personal with a Predator, which is the Reaper. The Reaper is the brand new, the MQ-9, and see its ordnance and get a briefing on its capabilities. I need to get a feel for how many people would be interested in going. There will be a small charge. We'll have to contribute for the cost of the bus. We can only go in one vehicle. Lunch will be anywhere between $4 to $10, and it's yours to pay at their cafeteria. So if you think you would like to go, please raise your hand high in the air so I can count. We have to select the proper bus. Okay? I'm coming around the circle here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. 23. Okay, we're in the 20s. That's good. Minimum is 25 people. Max is 40. So I will start arranging for a bus. We'll have more details. For your information, I will need, when we start signing up, I'll need your full name, your social security number, and your date of birth. And you say, why do you need that, Ted? Because you cannot get on base unless a background check has been done, and they will run your name through a series of computers to see if you are a communist or not. Okay? Thank you very much. I'll have more information in the weeks to come.
Yes. You realize we just had a Russian delegation here last week, right? So, okay, if you can take the microphone to President-elect Jim Cole to talk about our annual car show.
President Michael and fellow Rotarians, again, first I'd like to dispel the rumors that President Michael has a new humidor for his cigars. That we've investigated that. It's not true. But with respect to the car show, April 15th at Celebrity Cars, Ryan Hamilton has generously donated his facilities for our use. Morgan Stanley and Craig Miller have generously agreed to be the featured sponsor of the show, and there are still some sponsorship availability for those who would like to do that. And we are also going to, in the next few weeks, be circulating a sign-up sheet for volunteers to help us with the show itself. If you have any questions, please feel free to call or email me. Again, April 15th, and we're looking forward to seeing everybody at the show. Oh, and on the way out, please do grab some of our cards and pass those out to anybody you think would be interested in attending the show. Now, we also have an assignment today for everybody here who has a smartphone and is on Facebook. I'd ask you to pull it out at this moment. So if you could then search for Las Vegas Rotary Car Show. It should pull up the announcement that Francesca has put up there for us. And if you touch on the car show itself, you should then have the ability to share this. And this is one way to help us publicize the car show. And we greatly appreciate it if you just share it on your feed. It'll then be seen by more people than would normally see it. So this is a very easy way for us to help promote the show. If you can remember to do it every day, that'd be great. We'll certainly be asking you on a weekly basis to share the show so that people can find out about it and come attend and have a great time. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, President-elect Jim. Now, if you could take the microphone to Rampur. I'm going to call on you. Past District Governor Rampur, got to pay attention. Do you want to tell us about our 95th birthday party and our guest of honor that day?
Oh, okay. Guest of honor is John Matthews. He is the Rotary International Director for 2018-2019. He has graciously agreed to come and spend some time with us for the 95th anniversary. He will be the main guest, and so hopefully a lot of our club members come and enjoy the 95th anniversary of our club. It is very unique. He's a great guy, very humble, very nice, friendly, but at the same time, very powerful. Thank you.
Thank you. So just to reiterate, the Green Book is going around. Today is the day, the final day to sign up for the 95th birthday party. So you have to do it today or let Sean know. And then, as PDG Rampur said, John Matthews from RI headquarters is going to be here. And if you would like a photo with a big wig of Rotary, show up that night. Next up, if you could take the microphone to Kirk Holmes to talk to us about our Indian delegation and opportunities of service.
So, Karen Wisenhunt mentioned that we're going to have a delegation come in, and we're going to be eating at Tom Krob's house. Well, we want to show them a good time in Vegas. So we were looking for some volunteers that will take the individuals that are part of the delegation down to downtown or the Strip, buy them a beer, hang out for a little bit, and then go home. Who's interested in like doing a pub crawl with some people from out of town? Cool. Well, just talk to me after the meeting, and we'll get it all squared away.
So you're looking for less seasoned members, right? Or for a Friday night, or open to anybody? Open to anybody. And then you're still on the microphone. So for the weekly car show, this Saturday?
Yes. I know Chris Bennett is going this week, but we also need as many Rotarians every single week until the car show Saturday morning to go to take these flyers and basically go mix and mingle at Ryan Hamilton's weekly car show, which is just south of the 215 on Eastern, on the left-hand side if you're going southbound.
Okay, Ryan, anything you want to add to that? 7 to 10 a.m. this Saturday morning. Then if you could take the microphone to past President Randy Donald. Since this is Chamber Day, networking, what are you doing at your house?
Speaking of networking, we're going to have a little networking event at our house a week from today. We're going to be meeting at 6:30. It's open to everyone. It's going to give everyone an opportunity to talk to each other about what they do in their professional lives. And I think it'll be a great opportunity for us to learn more about each other. And as we all know, we love to do business with Rotarians because we are kind of bound by that four-way test. So it's a great opportunity to learn about that. We're asking everybody to bring a little appetizer, maybe something to drink, and 6:30 next Thursday at our house. So looking forward to having a great group there. Thank you.
And sign-up sheet in the Green Book?
Sign-up sheet is separate. It's on a separate clipboard, I believe, going around. So, okay.
And it's limited?
It is limited. I said, we about 25 because I want to be able to have a group that can talk. But if you, I'm sure we can absorb a few more people. If we get a few over, we're going to bring out some more extra chairs or leaning posts. But we'll accommodate more people if we get people to come.
Thank you. Thanks for organizing that. Then if you could take the microphone to David Squire, tell us what we're doing on Saturday morning.
This Saturday morning, the 24th, at 8 a.m., we're going to meet at Red Rock for a 3-mile stretch, picturesque stretch of highway cleanup right across from Bonnie Springs. So it's going to be nice weather. I think the rain and wind will pass through, and it'll be beautiful. And then immediately afterwards, we're going to meet at Jerry Senes's house for cocktails. We have go-go dancers. We have a live band. We have a petting zoo, salsa lessons, and Ryan has donated a vintage Ferrari to raffle off. So we'll see you there.
So just to recap, it started with croissants, and then it went to omelets, and then it became Bloody Marys, and now it's petting zoos and Ferraris. Great job, David, in organizing.
Is it the truth?
In organizing these events. So we do, as you guys know, are trying to get to our $2 million for our local foundation, and we have some time just to raise quickly a couple of bucks for our foundation. So if you could take the microphone to President-elect Jim Cole. Jim, so
Yes.
this morning there was some publicity for a specific school that I remember you invited us to.
Yes, President Michael. As some of you will recall, I'm on the foundation for the Cristo Rey St. Viator Las Vegas High School, and we were in front of City Council for North Las Vegas yesterday, and I guess the news decided that it was newsworthy and did a piece on it. I'm very happy to say that we are under contract for a piece of land. We have plans for a building, and we're very confident that we're going to be opening in the fall of 2019, and this school is it's a passion that I truly believe in. I mean, taking underprivileged children, getting them into the workplace, and allowing them to understand that they can and should be members of corporate American society is just a great project. So they work, for those of you who didn't see it, just really briefly, the kids work 1 day a week in local businesses. So on Monday, the freshmen go. On Tuesday, the sophomores go, et cetera, et cetera. That's how they pay for the school. The business doesn't pay the student. The business pays the school for the students' tuition. And so these are really hungry kids who want to come out. Their acceptance rate to college is off the charts. Their retention in college is higher than any demographic in the country. And their graduation rate is also higher than any demographic in the country. So this really is taking kids from neighborhoods that are not typical feeders for college and gets them into college and allows them to break the poverty cycle from the inside. So super happy about it. Go ahead and find me. I'll keep talking.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, how much more time do you need? But thank you, sir.
A whole program, maybe next year.
Thank you for your $95 donation to our foundation. And then if you could take the microphone to, actually, I'm just going to let him come to the front. So, past President Dave Thorson, how are you, sir? Why don't you come up here? This is a special find. Apparently you had some, well, no, on this side. Apparently there was some meeting that you organized before this meeting. That's the first fine. The second fine is for winning the Power of Good giveaway as the USO, so congratulations on that. Third, while I got you here.
This sounds really expensive.
Apparently, the Rotary Club is going to need some lunch on May 29th at Creech Air Force Base. Maybe the USO can give us a couple of gummy bears or something. But then fourth, the real fine is, this is from District Governor Regatta for the 2016-17 year, thanking you and your leadership for the Certificate of Appreciation for our club's financial support of End Polio Now. So thank you for your leadership this last year, and I would like to congratulate you and thank you for your $95 donation.
Thank you. Happy to be of service. And thank all of you, obviously, for making this happen. So thanks, Michael. I lost track. There were too many. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so the Power of Good was a Nevada NV Energy contest, a voting contest. I've been informed by Michael that we got third, which rates us for $2,000 at the USO. I have not seen those results myself, so you've got better game than the USO does in that regard. And then, that was it? Yes. So we had our first debunking party. So put it on your calendars, June 28th. We've got a great venue. We've got a great committee. We're going to have a great program. It'll be better than Cirque du Soleil and more water than O. So please be there on that day. And we're looking forward to wishing you farewell into past presidency.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. And now let's go to our drawing. So if you can get your tickets out to draw for our joker, the number is 659-4362. 4362. Marie Walsh, come on up. Well, you're not selling the tickets, right? She got the 9 of hearts. Here you go. Thank you. And then for the Lowry Bucks, the number is 4342. Hold on, is that you too? 4342. No, that's not Marie. Brian Hamilton. Yay, you can take your lovely bride, Lisa. Thanks. And now I'd like to introduce Sidra Kane, who is going to introduce our speaker.
Thank you. It is such a pleasure for me and an honor for me to be able to introduce Mary Beth Seawald. And you can see from the bio on the front page of the wheel that she is a dynamic woman. And she is certainly well-placed in her new position as the CEO of the Las Vegas Metro Chamber. And we are excited as members of the Chamber, and I've been an active member for a lot of years, very excited to see her. One of the things I'm extremely impressed with Mary Beth on is that she has made it her business to be sure that everybody who's a member of the Chamber has access to her. And I think that's a wonderful thing because there's a lot of members in the Chamber. But she's poised to do a fantastic job. We're happy to have her here today. And so without further ado, Mary Beth Seawald from Las Vegas Metro Chamber.
I'll just put it in here. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Wow, what a great group. You know, I'm so excited to be at the Las Vegas Chamber today, and I will tell you why. I am a proud, sorry for the noise. Is that okay? I am a proud previous member of the Reno Rotary, and they also boasted being the largest and oldest Rotary in Reno, Rotary Club. But I'm thrilled to be in Las Vegas today because as a red badge in Reno, they always made me sing. So I'm so thrilled to not have to sing today. So thank you for that, because I can't really carry a tune. But I'm thrilled to be here today. Thank you, President Michael, for having me today. It's really an honor to be here to speak to such a great club. I know the service you guys all provide for Las Vegas and your communities is just top-notch. And I can't tell you, I know from my service time at the Reno Rotary the things that we did and the heart that we put into everything we did. And I know that this club is no different whatsoever. So thank you. A hand to you guys for all you do. Thank you. I would also like to say happy anniversary to the Las Vegas Rotary Club. You guys are 95 years old. The Reno Chamber was started in 1911, and we have a few things in common, which I'll get to in just a few minutes. But I know that the what did I say? Reno Rotary, Las Vegas Chamber, where am I? I don't know. Anyway, it's such an honor to be here, really. And I came into my role as the CEO of the Las Vegas Metro Chamber from the Broadcasters Association. Many of you may or may not know that, but I am a longtime broadcaster. I'm originally from Missouri, and I was with the graduate of the University of Missouri School of Journalism and worked my way up through the broadcasting industry. So as in my role at the Broadcasters Association, it was my job mainly to elevate the influence of the Broadcasters Association because really no one knew who the Broadcasters Association was, much less did they care. So I got so much out of my membership at the Chamber because we really needed to form some strategic partnerships, and I found that the best way to do that was through the Chamber. And I really valued that the Chamber was looking out for our region and really pushing for the things that we need to grow and to thrive. And through the Chamber, I really felt like I was part of something bigger, really. Much like at the Reno Rotary and you all here at the Las Vegas Rotary, you feel like you're with something that's bigger, and you're actually making an impact on the community. So now, as CEO, I really appreciate the opportunity to talk to all of you today, and I'm honored to be here. So thank you again for that. I will tell you a little about the Las Vegas Metro Chamber. We really stand on three basic pillars, and those are advocacy, partnership, and resources. There's been a lot of things happened since our formation in 1911. I'll give you a little bit of the background. With more than 107 years of serving this community and championing our growth here in Las Vegas, the Metro Chamber really has a strong legacy of creating solutions and really supporting our region. We've driven transformation as the needs shift and the opportunities grow, ensuring that Las Vegas is and remains a really great place to be. And I know that's what the Las Vegas Rotary is all about as well. We're at the Chamber, we are committed to ensuring that our members have the resources they need in the environment, in this tough environment. It's so tough, especially for small businesses. We want to help them create jobs and to really thrive in this community. So you can see we have a proud legacy of creating solutions, driving transformation, and ensuring the growth of the business-friendly climate to everybody involved in the community. We at the Chamber share a love and a passion for this community, much like the Las Vegas Rotary Club. Both organizations have been an integral part in the formation and the development of so many of the assets here that we have, and we've worked together in solving a lot of problems. In fact, I was really interested to learn, and I didn't know this until just recently, that the Chamber and Rotary, the Las Vegas Rotary, share a connection. Does anybody have any idea what that is? It's actually in your book. You know what that is. That's right. The Las Vegas Rotary, as you know, was formed in 1923 when Les Saunders came here from Southern California to take over as manager of the Chamber of Commerce. One of the first things he did was to encourage the formation of the Las Vegas Rotary. So it's so exciting to know that all of these things that we have in common. In fact, one of the initial Rotary leaders was at the Chamber, including Roy W. Martin, James Cashman, and Pop Squires. So some of those names will be familiar, and you probably are very familiar with those names. They, like you all, were formidable leaders who were really invested in this region, just like those of us at the Chamber. Through organizations like the Chamber and Rotary Club, they created solutions and really laid the foundation of this entire community. They laid the foundation for the infrastructure and institutions that really this community needs to grow and thrive and to sustain itself ultimately. Their tenacity resulted in roads being built in the community to the north as well as to California. And we are involved in an initiative, I-11, right now that I'll tell you a little more about in a few minutes. They were instrumental in lobbying to build Boulder Dam to create jobs and to grow the economy. Also, one little known fact, lifting the ban on gaming and relaxing the marriage and divorce laws to attract visitors. Who would think the divorce laws to attract visitors? Okay, and marriage laws. Establishing the Livewire Fund to promote Las Vegas as a tourism destination. The formation of the Las Vegas Valley Water District, that's one thing I didn't realize. And then the creation of the LVCVA, which most of you probably know, the United Way of Southern Nevada, and funding of the very first building at UNLV, and we are so proud of that. We've really seen how these early investments in the community have really grown and developed over the years, and we are now the foundation of the modern-day Las Vegas. Their can-do spirit is really still alive, and that's evident here at the Rotary Club as well, and it continues to transform this metropolitan region. The Chamber also is, we continue to focus on a lot of really big initiatives that you may or may not be aware of. In the past few years, the Chamber was an integral part of the designation by Congress for I-11, Interstate 11, which I just mentioned a minute ago, between Las Vegas and Phoenix. This is an integral part of our infrastructure, and it will be integral for the entire Intermountain West because eventually this infrastructure will go from Canada to Mexico. So not only will it be important for Las Vegas and Phoenix, but for the entire Intermountain West. The Chamber successfully also pushed for the designation of Tule Springs as a national monument, and the Chamber testified before Congress on this project, making the case of the value of this project to ecotourism and economic development. So the Chamber has really played such an integral role in so many of the things that have been so important to our economy here. The Chamber's also been a leading advocate for the UNLV School of Medicine from the beginning, including securing the initial state funding for that. That's another thing that you may not know. We worked with legislators creating the Southern Nevada Forum to determine our regional priorities ahead of the next legislature. So if any of you are involved in that, we appreciate that. But if you're not involved, you don't have to be a Chamber member to be involved in the Southern Nevada Forum. So we invite you to participate in that because it truly is integral and truly your voice is heard. We annually also lead a delegation of folks to go to Washington, D.C. with us. This is such a wonderful trip, so I encourage you to go. This year will be in the fall, so if you are interested in participating with our group that goes to Washington, D.C., that is a trip that you will never forget, I promise. Also, we like to look at the priorities that the Chamber has in terms of the coming months and the coming years. Priority number one is and has always been helping our small businesses grow and thrive. And really, we look out for those small businesses because we know how hard it is to build a small business and then to grow that business, especially in the tough economic times that we've had recently. The majority of our small businesses, of the members at the Chamber, are small businesses. And while the economy is thriving, we know that small enterprises are absolutely constantly in need of resources to help them stay on course. This year, we are introducing several new resources to help those members. The Small Business Task Force is one. If you were at the installation luncheon when Chairman Mike Bolanini made his address, he spoke eloquently about a small business task force, and that's a committee of small business owners who will really help us explore and implement new resources that are going to be timely for those small businesses. So we're very excited about the Small Business Task Force. In May, we're going to introduce a new pop-up business showcase. This is also very exciting and will help our small businesses. It's a small business trade show that will allow small businesses to really get the visibility that they need to grow their potential customers. So we're really excited about those two things as well. Priority number two, you probably guessed it, it's the 2019 legislature. If any of you were at the legislature during the last session, you know that it can be a challenge. I spent a lot of time there on behalf of the Broadcasters Association. And the next legislature is only about 10 months away, and the Chamber is already gearing up for that right now. We're also convening the Southern Nevada Forum to determine our regional priorities. And again, any resident can participate. You don't have to be a member of the Chamber, although we would personally love for you to be a member of the Chamber. You don't have to be to participate in the Southern Nevada Forum. Through that Southern Nevada Forum, you may be interested to know that we've done some pretty important things. We secured fuel revenue indexing to fund many of our infrastructure needs in Southern Nevada. We also gained state funding for the UNLV School of Medicine. There are just so many things that you can accomplish, and your voice will be heard through the Southern Nevada Forum. Also, the Chamber's Government Affairs Committee is focused on the upcoming election, of course. That's huge for us. We play an integral role in endorsing candidates. The committee will make several endorsements of the candidates coming in the next several months. And we want to make sure that people serving in those roles really understand the needs of employers, small businesses, medium and large businesses here in Las Vegas and in the entire state. So we really anticipate some pretty important topics at the legislature this next year. Last session, we were very instrumental in thwarting a lot of things that would have been very negative for the business culture and economy. Funding for K through 12 is going to be one of our initiatives. Higher education is another one. There will likely be several initiatives that could harm our business climate once again. So the Las Vegas Metro Chamber is going to be there as a strong voice advocating on behalf of our businesses in Las Vegas and the state of Nevada. Another issue that might come up is minimum wage and then also mandating sick leave. So those of you who are in business know how difficult and challenging these initiatives can be. The Chamber also, we're going to have a full-time lobbying group there in Carson City, which we do every single session. But we're there really to make sure that everybody's voice is heard and that your decisions and the things that affect your businesses are heard in Carson City. A third priority of the Las Vegas Metro Chamber is really to elevate our visibility and so that people really understand the value proposition and the things that the Chamber brings to business in Las Vegas. So we're going to be doing several initiatives, many high-level partnerships with our media members. We're going to be utilizing our social media and all of the platforms so that we can really inform folks on what the things are at the Chamber that we really provide to our local businesses. We're focused on maximizing our communications channels with our media. I come from the media, so that will be something that we've already started to maximize those and leverage those partnerships as well. One of our major initiatives that you will see in the coming weeks is a show called Like Nobody's Business. And we will be looking for content and sponsors and things like that. So if you are interested in participating in that show in any way, please feel free to call me. And on that note, I know that when I say call me, I want to make sure that you have my contact information. So if I'm not able to give out my card to every single person, if you want to take down my cell phone number, please feel free to do that. I'll give it out now and later if you want as well. But my cell phone number for either this show or any questions or anything that you have related to the Las Vegas Metro Chamber or businesses in Southern Nevada, please call my cell phone at 702-575-8020, 575-8020. As Sidra said, I'd like to make myself as available as possible, so please don't hesitate to call any of us at the Chamber. So back to the show, Like Nobody's Business. That's a new 30-minute show that we're going to air on Cox Media's Your View Las Vegas, Channel 96. So that's where you'll be able to see it. We're also working and of course we'll be all over social. We'll be showcasing the Chamber and all that we're doing in the community. So if you're thinking about topics that we need to address at the Chamber, things that are important to Las Vegas or the whole state of Nevada, please do let us know. And our first show will come out sometime in April. Priority number 4 at the Las Vegas Metro Chamber is making our members' voices heard in Washington, D.C. The Chamber, of course, continues to be engaged on the federal level. In fact, we have a full-time lobbying team in Washington, D.C. that represents all of our voices and all of your needs as business owners in the community. Top of our list of federal priorities, of course, I mentioned this before, we've been working on obtaining funding for I-11. I was able to go to Phoenix a couple of weeks ago, and it was really great to see all of the people who were participating in the I-11 initiative, especially the ones who came from Las Vegas. A few weeks ago also, our chairman, Mike Bolanini of Cox Communications, I went with him and Paul Muradkin, our government affairs person at the Las Vegas Metro Chamber. We talked with the White House and the Department of Labor about I-11 funding as a national priority. So really we've been working so hard on these issues because we believe, and there's no question, how much they really affect the economy here in Southern Nevada and the entire state, and for that matter, the Intermountain West. The Chamber also will continue to pursue federal policies to support our core tourism industry, secure more federal dollars for our state, and to protect access to, of course, the Colorado River. And, of course, we will continue to adamantly oppose any deposit of nuclear waste at Yucca Mountain. So, businesses and community leaders to Washington, D.C. Right now, the dates are tentatively in October. So if you're interested in that, do let me know, because we would love to have you go to Washington, D.C. with us to make your voice louder and better heard. This trip really is an opportunity to build relationships and to meet with our legislators, and it really is to showcase our city and our whole state. So we invite you to join this trip, and I promise that it'll be a truly unforgettable experience. I know it was for me when I went as a President's Club member. Another priority of ours at the Las Vegas Metro Chamber is to develop strong community leaders. We need that next generation of leaders to really step up and pick up where we leave off. The Chamber is focused on building leadership capacity of our community, and while we have had great current and past leaders who have stepped up to really share in the responsibility of this community, we really need to develop a new pipeline of brand new leaders who are really prepared to step up and take the reins. The Chamber created several leadership programs, the Leadership Foundation of Greater Las Vegas, which Kara Clark over here is in charge of. So Kara, stand up and say hello. If anybody has any questions, Kara does a lot of work with our foundation, so if you have questions, please feel free to see her as well. Our programs, we're so proud of these programs. They include Leadership Las Vegas, which has graduated 1,300 leaders over the past 30 years who have gone on to serve Las Vegas in so many leadership capacities, and we're really proud of that. We also have Leadership Advance, which is for emerging leaders who really want to get that core training, as well as learning more about the region in general. And applications are currently open for both of these programs, so if you're interested in Leadership or Leadership Advance, you can still apply, and you have until May to do that. Kara, what's the date in May? I believe it is. Yep. So those are both great. They're just wonderful programs, and I can't say enough about those. Other foundation programs that we have at the Las Vegas Metro Chamber that you may not be aware of: Focus Las Vegas, to keep leaders informed on current topics. We have Vegas Young Professionals, and that has been tremendously popular with the youth of our communities, and they really help connect and engage that next generation of leaders, which I think we're all really interested in developing and having. Access Las Vegas is a brand new program. It's for executives who are either new to Las Vegas, who really just want to get up to speed on how things work around here. We kind of call it the speed dating of leadership, and it's really a lot of fun. And the folks who have attended that have really enjoyed it, so we're very proud of those programs. And next, we just want you to engage with the Chamber. I want to thank you so much for your time today. And again, I'll give you all my contact information. I want to be so accessible, because if you have any needs at all, I want the Las Vegas Metro Chamber to be indispensable to you, because I want it to be such that if you could wave a magic wand and your Las Vegas Metro Chamber could do anything for you, I want to know what that would be, whether it's for you personally or for any business needs that you might have. So my contact information is up on the screen. You can email me at mbsewald@lvchamber.com, or of course, again, call my cell phone at 702-575-8020, and you can check out all of the resources that we have on our website. So once again, I thank you so much for having me today. As you can tell, we're pretty busy at the Chamber, but we appreciate being here, and any questions or suggestions that you might have for us at the Chamber, I want to open it up for questions if we have any time. Thank you again so much.
Thank you for that. A question regarding the visibility program. Looking at it, it seemed to be focused on local visibility as opposed to perhaps in California trying to attract new businesses down here. Could you comment on what you might be doing for external visibility? And a related question to that, to what extent has the Chamber studied, or are you aware of other studies that have looked at what is attractive to bringing businesses into Las Vegas, as well as some of the barriers or things that are inhibiting companies from locating here?
Yeah, definitely. To answer your first question about any exposure that the Chamber might be able to get in places like California or even beyond, I'm fortunate to have built a lot of good friendships in my previous life as a broadcaster. At the Broadcasters Association, I have a lot of counterparts, one of each across the entire country. And in California, I've already reached out to my counterpart there at the Broadcasters Association in California, and they are prepared to run some of the messages on television that we're going to run here in Las Vegas as well. So I think as we move forward, I'm going to start regionally, locally here in Las Vegas, and then regionally in California and the West. But then eventually I would love to be able to move to a more global approach for Las Vegas, because I have so much pride in Las Vegas and in the Las Vegas Metro Chamber that I think our chamber, of any chamber across the entire United States, potentially could be a global chamber or a world chamber. So I see us having the ability to attract businesses in Israel or Greece. I mean, we have so many conventions that come to the LVCVA here and to our convention space, that why wouldn't they want to be a member of the Las Vegas Metro Chamber of Commerce and really participate in the growth of our local economy? So does that answer your question? The first part of your question. In terms of the second part, in terms of attracting businesses from other places, I know that the LVGEA is really instrumental in that. And I've already met with Jonas at the LVGEA to see how the Chamber can partner with organizations like the one where President Michael works, so that we can work together and attract more businesses to Las Vegas and Southern Nevada. Any more questions? Yes?
Hi, thanks for being here. I'm just curious how you go about determining which legislation you'll support and which you don't. Is that a membership vote situation, or is there some secret dark chamber where those decisions are made?
There's a secret underground chamber. No, that's a great question. Thank you for asking. The chamber really goes about determining these issues. We have a government affairs committee chaired by Hugh Anderson at Hightower, and then it's a very robust committee, and they look at the issues of the day, the key issues that really affect businesses. And then we also do outreach to our members, and we get feedback from them as well. And then we also interview candidates, and they talk to us about the issues. And so really those key issues and the direction that the chamber wants to go in support. And it all comes down to how we serve our members. What's best? We listen to what our members say, and they tell us, if this bill passes, this would be detrimental to our business and my bottom line, and here's why. So we really listen to our members, and from there, it goes to the government affairs committee, and they're the ones really who lead the way and lead the charge on what we support and what we don't. No secrets.
Yeah. My question has to do with a follow-up, actually, the first question has to do with, my understanding is the biggest detriment to business moving here is education, K through 12 education and the lack thereof. So I'm wondering how robust your organization is in advocating at the legislature and even in Washington, for that matter, for improved education in Clark County.
Absolutely. That's a great question, and that's one of our primary, one of the things that we primarily focus on is K through 12 and higher education as well. We've been very robust in lobbying on behalf of K through 12. Our most recent Eggs and Issues that we had at the Las Vegas Metro Chamber was regarding K through 12 and talent pipeline development for workforce. So we've had a very strong voice in Carson City and in Washington, D.C. with our lobbying groups there, and that's something that we intend to continue being a strong voice, because we know how important that is to attracting businesses here to Las Vegas, and then further to developing that pipeline so that our businesses here have qualified individuals to participate in that workforce. It's huge.
Lamar stole my question, but I have a follow-up question on that. if you look at the education here, particularly in the southern Nevada area, it looks like we are in the bottom 5 or bottom 10, whatever it is. Has there been effort to analyze why it is so, or what efforts are being considered to see higher or elevating it to higher level? That's my first question.
Okay, if I understood, I want to make sure I understand your question. You were saying why does Nevada or Las Vegas rank lower in those polls and in those results than maybe other schools? I think, a lot of people have said it's a couple of different factors, but some folks say that there's not enough funding for our schools. The Las Vegas Metro Chamber has advocated on behalf of funding for our schools, and I think, our ability to attract those high-quality teachers might be another thing. I know firsthand we have a lot of wonderful teachers here in Las Vegas, but those are some factors that have been attributed to exactly your point, and that's something that we're working on improving as well.
Well, it requires a lot more effort in that direction to really understand why and what can be done. Unless we analyze it fully, I'm afraid that we may stay in the same level. The other question is about I-11. So I congratulate you and others who are able to get I-11 sanctioned. But is there any effort to have I-11 extended to, let's say, Reno? Because the road from Las Vegas to Reno is really very sad. So I'm just wondering whether you have any consideration in that respect.
Yeah, that is a great question, and as someone who has made that drive more times than I care to ever do again, to your point, yes, there are environmental impact studies happening right now, because as I said, I-11 potentially will go Canada to Mexico, and so north of Las Vegas, there are a couple of different routes being observed at the moment. The environmental impact studies are there, and you probably know, President Michael, a lot about that as well. The road between Las Vegas and Reno is being considered now, and my feeling after having attended the summit in Phoenix regarding I-11 is that that's the direction they're thinking of going, because there's a road that already exists there, and it would be less expensive and so forth to utilize the current route that's already in place. So I personally am keeping my fingers crossed for that alternative, but it does remain to be seen. But if I had to guess, I would think that they probably will lean toward utilizing that freeway and improving it.
When the Riviera Hotel was first acquired, the concept was to put an Epcot Center International Business Center in the site, which ultimately got changed to the expansion of the convention center for another 600,000 square feet. But you talked about international attractiveness of Las Vegas. So what happened to the concept of the International Business Center?
That's a great question. I personally don't know the answer to that. Do you, President Michael?
No, the Riviera was before, I think, most people's time, right?
Yeah, sorry, I don't know the answer to that. It's a good question, one that maybe Rossi Rollencutter could be a guest and answer that question. Yeah. Well, yeah, the current expansion, the Las Vegas Metro Chamber has supported the current expansion. Of course, we believe that will do nothing but, really provide for even more of a robust facility here for Las Vegas and for our convention space. And we couldn't be more excited at the Chamber to be a supporter of the expansion. And we look forward to being able to handle a lot larger and a lot more convention events that will come to Las Vegas. And that can only help raise the bar for the entire community, and the economic impact will just be tremendous. So we're in favor, of course, of that. So we're looking forward to that expansion being completed.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Hold on. You got to take a photo.
Oh, yes.
So, Mary Beth, thank you for coming to speak to us today. And for that, we would like to present you with our Share What You Can award, where we will present a hot meal to a homeless vet in your name.
Great.
Thanks. And like I say, Rotary is like tennis, but I don't have my tennis racket, so the one who serves best usually wins. Now go forth and make a difference.